Welcome to the NDACo orientation video series, Association Finances, the Board's Fiduciary Responsibility. My name is Genny Dienstmann and I serve as the Director of Operations for the Association of Counties. This video provides guidelines for the fiduciary responsibilities in serving on the board and reviews the basic financial information necessary in fulfilling those fiscal duties. Each board member has a fiduciary responsibility to the organization when serving on the board and even beyond his or her service on the board. The three most pertinent areas to be familiar with is the duty of care, the duty of loyalty, and the duty of obedience. Let's dig into each one in a little more detail. So the duty of care means board members are expected to exercise reasonable care in performing your duties, demonstrating honesty and good faith. So this duty also includes protecting discretionary association information as well. The obligation to maintain discretion continues indefinitely, not just until your position expires on the board. The duty of loyalty requires board members to have the best interest of the association rather than their own interest of personal or financial interests. This also includes acting in good faith and avoiding fraud or misrepresentation of the association. If you're ever approached with a question that you're unsure to answer, it's okay to say that you don't know and let the person know that you'll get back to them or provide them with a contact at the association. We're always here to help. It is the board member's duty to avoid and or disclose conflicts of interest and to provide full support to the mission of the association. If you're unsure about a potential conflict of interest, it's best to bring it to the board's attention and then the board can determine if it's a conflict or not. Subject to compliance with the law, generally, the duty of obedience requires board members to act consistently with the association's mission and purposes, its articles of incorporation, bylaws, and other policies and procedures. These documents are included on the board section of our website. It's good to review these items on an annual basis. In order for board members to effectively carry out their fiduciary responsibility, they must be able to read and understand the financial statements. Financial statements are easy to read and understand if you know what to look for. Financial statements summarize the association's financial position over a period of time, which is the statement of activities report, as well as at a specific date, which is the statement of net position. It's helpful to understand a few financial terms to navigate your way through financial statements. For example, under the statement of activities, which used to be called an income statement, income and expenses are shown. Some areas of income are grant funds, dues, and interest income. Under the expense category, items such as building utilities, board travel, and office supplies are just a few items you will find in this section. The difference between income and expense is your net position, or how you ended the year, either positively or with a negative balance. The statement of net position, which was referred to in the past as a balance sheet, summarizes your assets like cash, equipment, and accounts receivable, as well as your liabilities, which are accounts payable, long-term debt, and deferred revenues. Net position, or also known as your fund balance, is the difference between your assets and your liabilities. Let's take a quick look at a statement of activities to illustrate the terms we just reviewed. As you can see, the revenues on this sheet include items like county dues and conferences. Some expense examples are salaries and fringe and operating expenses. Please note for this statement, there's an increase in net position of $50,000, which means you have more revenue than expenses through this time period. This example is a statement of net position, showing the assets like cash and equipment, as well as liabilities such as accounts payable and deferred revenue. The net position section outlines items that have dedicated or restricted funds, as well as your unrestricted reserve, which amounts to $160,000. One great reference check on this report is your assets should always equal your liabilities and net position. The North Dakota Association of Counties has diverse investments. Listed below are investment options NDACo is currently utilizing or has used in the past, such things as CDs, money market accounts, savings accounts, building, and mutual fund portfolios with the State Investment Board. Upon board approval, NDACo signed a contract in December of '98 to invest a portion of its reserves with the North Dakota State Investment Board, otherwise known as SIB. As NDACo was created in state statute, the association was allowed to participate in the investing options through the North Dakota SIB. The board then created an investment policy outlining the investment guidelines with them. The current policy allocates over 60% of investment funds of fixed income and cash equivalents. Board members are provided with investment summaries for the fund at every board meeting. The SIB investments are divided into 6 different funds. There's large cap equity, small cap, convertible bonds, international equity, fixed income, and cash equivalents. Over half of NDACo's investments are in fixed income and cash equivalents. Each category also has a benchmark, which is a standard point of reference to compare the actual performance of each fund to the benchmark. This helps determine if the fund is performing positively or negatively. The investment report also shows the following: the market value, which is the current value of each fund, the actual investment allocation percentage compared to NDACo's investment policy portfolio, and then the month and quarter gross and net rate of return. Our ROR, or rate of return, means the annual return on investment. It is shown as a percentage of the total amount invested. Thank you for viewing this video. If you have any questions on the items described, please reach out to our office. We're happy to help. Thanks for listening, and please check out the rest of the videos in this series.